a political leader as well as tribal leader from West Papua. I fight this struggle not because of hobby, not because of looking for something else, but this is about myself, about my people, about my struggle, because I myself witnessed what happened to my family and my village. My auntie was raped in front of my eye. My leg was broken because Indonesian military bombed in my village. And when I grew up 5 years in the jungle, and 1984, 83, loyal to Indonesia, since then I facing many discrimination, even in the school. Indonesian girl spit my face and I couldn't do anything at the time. Even my auntie was raped in front of my eye. We were walking to the village and to going to garden, and then Indonesian military stopped my mom and myself and my two auntie, raped in front of my eye. My mom was beating up. I couldn't do anything. And why they doing this to my people and my mom and my auntie, I didn't know at the time. But when I grow up and 5 years in the bush and then loyal to Indonesia, I went to school and then I facing discrimination in this class. And then since then I know why Indonesian military, police and Indonesian people hated us. Because of we are black or because of we are different color. We are human beings, we are same. And I didn't know how West Papua become part of Indonesia. And then I went to university and I studied politics, and then I know Indonesia illegally occupied. And then when I finished 1999, my people chose me become a tribal leader. Then political reason, my people chose me, and I leading directly an independent movement peacefully in West Papua 2002. Then 2002, 2001, then 2002 Indonesia arrest me because of I'm leader for people of West Papua to peacefully demonstrate asking independence. Because Indonesia don't like it, they put me in the prison and they want to kill me inside the prison few times, and then I managed to escape. If I stay, I will be killed. There is a charge there, Indonesia charged me because of I have a 2 passport, and Indonesia said you are attacking Indonesia police station and assist all West Papuan against Indonesia territory, Republic of Indonesia, against the Republic of Indonesia. Many the full charge, but didn't. There is no evidence, no weakness. They're just trying to put me in prison long time because I'm a leader. And the end want to kill me. I managed to escape. I came to United Kingdom. British government, British people allow me to stay in UK. Now I'm form campaign called Free West Papua Campaign, based in Oxford and London. So then I form a group called International Parliamentarian for West Papua. A group of parliamentarians around the world are joining the campaign for self-determination. Also, I formed the international lawyer for West Papua. Look at the legal argument on West Papua, because our legal right to self-determination didn't happen according to international law. What happened was Indonesia handpicked thousands of elders, including my father, and out of 1 million population at the time, 1969, we were a referendum. That's why Indonesia and Dutch, America, or big power call act of free choice, but we West Papua call act of no choice. So when I find out and this is not fair, then I beginning to campaign, because I well educated from Indonesian university. So then I study politics. Then I trying to fight back, but I couldn't. Indonesia want to kill me, so I managed to escape. Now I'm in United Kingdom, but I'm glad that today I'm here in Boom, in Portugal. This is the first time I spread the message. These people, 14,000 people here today, and I met many people here. This is like give hope. Also, the Portugal is a very good country because they have experience to support East Timor. East Timor was a Portuguese colony. So now this also same military occupied my country. Same military oppressed my people in West Papua. I hope that this country also edit their voice to support me, because they have the voice to support East Timor. Now East Timor free and they enjoy the freedom, but my people are still fighting for justice and freedom and democracy in West Papua. So I'm really glad to be here and meeting like this is a tribe. Like I'm meeting another tribe people in Europe. So I never expected meeting like this, like my people, because I feel more welcome. And today, everywhere I go, people are really smile, and there is no on the ground. There is no plastic bag, and there is no rubbish. And this is very, very, home. And like my village. In the village, there is no plastic bag, no can, no tin, and this is just very, very amazing. So I hope this image carry out all over the world, and also I really need this. This is like this tribe. So my tribe and the Boom tribe, this place, this tribe now become one voice. I hope this my message. I spread the message at the right place. So I hope I go with the good spirit from Boom Festival.
Why do you think Indonesia wants so much all the land in West Papua?
Indonesia wants West Papua because first they want our resources, and they want our gold and copper and timber and gas, because West Papua is a very rich country, and they're working with the other multinational company like Rio Tinto, Freeport Rio Tinto, BP, and Shell. These are they're dealing with a criminal. I call Indonesia as criminal. It is a criminal because they are illegally occupied my country and brought multinational company from everywhere. That's why they're killing my land, my forest, my mountain, my river, and my people. So that's why we are fighting for free all our land, our forest, our mountain, my people. So that is include everything, because before the Indonesia arrived, we are free people. Before Dutch arrived, we are free people, But now we are like in prison. So we are a slave. It's a modern slave by Indonesia. Indonesia slave my people. That's why it's very important. Also, this is 21st century. West Papua is still fighting colonialism. So it's this is until today we are still struggle for free. West Papua fighting last 50 years, last 52 years now until up to now. Nobody knows what's going on, what's happening in West Papua, because no journalists are banned. Amnesty ban, International Peace Brigade are banned, Red Cross are banned, and mostly BBC or any media not allowed. In fact, that 2-3 days ago, two French journalists, French TV journalists, are arrested in West Papua. Now I'm put the new statement to release those two, Thomas and Valentin. They are arrested. They just visit West Papua and go to Wamena to interview with the ordinary people in West Papua. They are arrested. So this is until today I'm speaking. There's journalists been arrested. So only way is spread the message through the media or through radio, or you are artists, or you can spread the message, or the government, or if you have a connection, any group, or that's the only way to spread our message. My tribe is the biggest tribe in the New Guinea and in also Melanesia and across Pacific. So, and I'm leading directly from here as well as when I was inside. Because we had that one common struggle, that every tribe suffer, every tribe have the same experience we have from my tribe. So that's why I made up one voice to fight the injustice facing by my people. It's 250 tribe, because our enemy is Indonesia. Indonesia is look at West Papua is a subhuman. That's why every tribe have a own sentiment to fight for our freedom, for our land and our mountains and our forests. Because this fight is not only political independence, but that, as I said, is about our land and our forests and our mountain, how we can sustain our life. And so at the moment, very difficult. Like where I come from, we sometimes Indonesia put using us as a zoo, you know, bring a tourist attraction. We have a tribal dress, a put, and then they have made money from us. But we don't want that. We want to free our spirit, free our culture, our identity, and we don't want to lose. So that's why we this made up one voice to fight for our freedom. Thank you. Thank you.
I first went to West Papua to study birds. I went as a conservationist. I met so many people there who were crying, and they were asking to help their people. And why? What's wrong? I had no idea what was going on in West Papua. What happens in West Papua was hidden to my eyes and to the eyes of most people in the world. They don't know what's happening in West Papua. So I went there to study birds, and so many people would just tap you on the arm and say, please, please help my people, we must help. You must find out, you must help. And they would run away. They were scared that the Indonesian would see them talking to a Westerner. They couldn't be caught talking to Westerners because they all tell the same story. In every town and every village I went to, I met people. They all do the same thing. They all have the same story to tell. I met so many mamas in tears. I met so many people who thought because I was a white Westerner, I could help them. They thought I would be able to go and tell the Pope, tell the government of my country what's happening there. And so many of them, they asked, you must come out, you must go and tell my people, please, please, please help us. Because no one knows. No one knows what's been happening there for 50 years. The Indonesian government, they stop all journalists going, they stop NGOs going. They don't want tourists going. Why? What are they hiding? The Indonesian government has a big secret. And it's hiding what it's done to the West Papuan people for 50 years. They've been committing genocide there. The Indonesian government do not want the tourists and the journalists, anyone to go there, because they'll meet Papuan people. And the West Papuan people will tell you their truth. And what the West Papuans say has been happening in West Papua is true. Indonesia has been lying to the world for 50 years. And they continue to do it. Every single day. They lie to the world that there is nothing wrong in West Papua. Where they've been torturing, raping people for 50 years. 500,000 they've killed. I have a friend there, the Indonesian army held him down. And before they killed him, they chopped his feet off with a machete. The Indonesian military are sadistic there. Very vicious. No mercy. And this happens to all the Papuan people. They've all had members of their family killed. They've all had members tortured. And if they get caught talking to a white person, the Indonesians know that they'll be telling them to help them. So they can't be caught. The strongest ground we stand on is the act of free choice, the plebiscite, the act of self-determination, whereby which Indonesia claims sovereignty over West Papua, which under international law and strict legal terms was illegally carried out by the Indonesians. So in strict legal analysis of the whole situation, which has been done several times by several independent legal teams, West Papua at the moment is not part of Indonesia legally. It's a non-self-governing territory administered by Indonesia. So in any atlas you ever had at school that shows West Papua as part of Indonesia is not actually true in legal terms. In in the UN Charter and the International Court of Justice at The Hague. So the strongest point we start from is that we're right, that the guys in the film are right, and that international law is behind us. So we have to play in the fields of international legal mechanisms and the United Nations and with governments, and we have to continue to expose it at higher and higher levels. No, governments are, as you probably all know, like talking shops with businessmen. They never do anything unless there is massive public pressure and public will. Otherwise they just don't do anything, they just work on their own business or whatever that happens to be. So what we need is public pressure on the governments. We need to embarrass them in the United Nations about what happened there, about how faked it was, about how fixed it was. The Foreign Office, when we do the Foreign Office in the UK, they know. The British government know. Most of the governments know. And they're embarrassed to talk about it, because they were all involved, being members of the United Nations, they were all involved in the cover-up since then. So they're embarrassed to talk about it, but they can get away with it because only a few people ask them. Once we get thousands and thousands of people on the streets asking, then the governments of the world can't hide anymore. They can't hide behind this like curtain of military, of stopping people going there, and stopping people finding out. So that's the strategy behind that, behind pushing it in the powerful countries. It's embarrassing. And I would just like to say, all the photos showing here, these are not the guerrilla fighters, these are not the military. The military fighters that you saw in the film are actually very small in numbers. The peaceful independence movement, like all these guys in these photos, the peaceful protesters, they're much higher in numbers. And when they have people, they know now, the tribes know, even though they're warriors, that now there's different ways to be a warrior. You don't have to fight with a gun, and sometimes a guitar or a ukulele, as Benny knows, is more powerful than a gun. And the thing with using a gun, and the young generation there, they all know this. They've all studied Gandhi and Martin Luther King and how to. It's their life to be free, so they read now all the liberation movements of the world, how to actually do it, you know. And they know the power of peace, and they know the power of truth, and they also know that if you shoot at the army, they know what to do. If you stand in front of them with the rose, they don't know what to do. So the young generation now know that, and they make big protests like this, all peaceful, still they're shooting, but they're fearless. So they continue to go. So it's important to know that the majority, 90% of the independence movement there is peaceful. But we form direct links with the peaceful activists and the peaceful protesters, and they're often arrested and beaten and tortured and whatever, all this sort of thing. But what we do on our Twitter and Facebook, as soon as activists are arrested, like these guys here, most of these guys will have been arrested at some point and beaten up. As soon as they're arrested, we post the handful of mobile phone numbers of the police officers or the police chief on the page, and it's very useful when people have been arrested to get Westerners phoning from the other side of the world saying we're watching you. So we do this every time there's protests and demonstrations, which stops the activists there getting beaten up. You can form direct relations with the tribes there now. The internet's absolutely remarkable. Now, no matter how many guns and tanks they surround them with, they can speak to us with the phone. It's absolutely incredible. So it's so important for them to know that there's people outside in the world that know what's going on. And just on Facebook, you can easily make friends with some of these guys. The biggest thing to help, if you want to help any, and this probably goes for any other tribe in the world or anywhere in the world, is go there and meet the people and get inspired by them. They'll inspire to help you, inspire you to help them. And also all the normal things like write to your MP, tell them you know about it. When we coordinate demonstrations on the same day all around the world. So we're making protests now. We have small groups, Spain, Mexico, Hawaii, a small group in Colombia now, many places around the world, small groups. So now when we make protests outside Indonesia Embassy in London, or in Melbourne, or in Port Moresby in Papua New Guinea, now we can coordinate the protests so that there are many different places, 20 different places at the same time, or 10, whatever it happens to be that day. And it's scaring Indonesia. The Indonesians are scared at the moment because they know what shaky ground they are on. They know that when you trace it back to Act of Free Choice 1969, they don't have a leg to stand on. And they know that they have been killing people for 50 years now and trying to hide it, and they didn't expect the internet to come along. They did what they were doing in 1969, 70s, 80s and the 90s. They didn't expect the world to find out. They thought they could just do it. So Indonesia, the Indonesian government are terrified. And we were in Papua New Guinea in November for some meetings, and we spoke to some politicians there who support us. Like pretty much half of the government in Papua New Guinea is on our side now, and they were meeting with the Indonesian president weeks before, and they were hosted in Jakarta, and we were told that the Indonesian president was begging them for help to please try and stop this happening. The Indonesians they don't know what to do. They're terrified, and they get terrified when they see people. If they see someone from Argentina with a West Papuan flag outside the Argentinian embassy, the Indonesian embassy in Argentina, and then Jakarta gets a call from Buenos Aires saying that they're here as well. It absolutely terrifies them because we haven't got a leg to stand on, and that's what we know. That gives us power. We just push more. And the political sport's coming. Now we have one country on our side in Vanuatu, in South Pacific. Now the full government, the Prime Minister, the President of Vanuatu, now all on our side. So last October 2013, Mona Karkasas, the Prime Minister of Vanuatu, raised in the United Nations the political status of West Papua. First time, so that's the first, before the UN, what's it called, the UN National Assembly. That was the first time we were in there. So it's coming. The countries of the South Pacific, they're coming. Vanuatu is on board, Papua New Guinea's half and half, Solomon Islands coming, Fiji, Tahiti. These places are coming. That's going to come. And the pressure is going to be on Australia, and New Zealand, the Netherlands, because it was the former colonial master, they were involved, and the UK and America will also be important. But will public support, even if it's just a photograph gets seen by the bigwigs in Jakarta, and it terrifies them because they can't defend what they're doing there. They can't defend philosophically, mentally, and with words what they do there. All they can do is be silent and not say anything. So more and more people are asking, putting pressure on, and it's coming. Every little photograph, trust us, it terrifies them. The intelligence follows us everywhere, trying to they always want to know where Benny is, what he's doing. They're terrified because they can't defend what they're doing.
Okay. Thank you. We have 4 minutes. Before I leave, I just want to thank you very much for your time and listen my story, my people's story, and my story. And please visit my country if you are, just tourists, and see my people. That's first. And second, please hear my story and my people's story. My people are voiceless. Today you are hear their story and be our voice. Without your support, my people never free. My tribe will wipe out by Indonesian government. So please help me to be free, and I want to go a free man. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
All right, everybody, let's give a round of applause to Benny Wenda.